The first ever digital product that I made was an ebook, and I made over $20,000 from that in just a few months. Most people think that creating a digital product is complicated, that it'll take you weeks or months and you'll have to spend a lot of money. But what if I told you that I just created a way to make unlimited, high-quality ebooks using ChatGPT? All you need to do is type in your niche. You don't need any prompts, you don't need any special tools, and you don't need any money because it's completely free. It'll create a book that sounds like you, that actually has good information inside and doesn't just sound like, AI generated trash, and it's totally ready to upload and start selling immediately. But before I show you how to use that tool, I want to show you the roadmap for making money from it, because anybody can create a product, but we actually need to sell it and make money, right? Step one, I'd choose my niche and I'd start my social media branding accounts immediately. Now, this is what I did because I didn't want to create a product and then scramble to try and find an audience for it. I would rather create a social media account in my niche, so maybe that's just cooking, and start posting things. Now, you don't have to show your face because you can use an AI avatar or something like that, but get people interested in you, get people interested in your knowledge first, so that when you launch any kind of digital product, whether it be an ebook or a course, you're not launching to crickets. At least you have a few people who might be willing to buy what you sell immediately. Step two, I'd create a website. Now, most people rush to sell somewhere like Etsy, but this is probably the worst thing that you can do because you do not have control over your platform with Etsy. So they might recommend you, but there's usually gonna be like a lot of big players that are there that are going to be recommended before you, because Etsy knows that they will bring customers. So why would they take a chance on your new store, right? You're going to be fighting an uphill battle, and you're also going to be incentivized to keep your prices as low as possible to compete. But when you have your own branded website, one, you look more professional, two, you're always on the front page of your site, and three, people can see only your product, so they don't have wandering eyes and try to buy something cheaper. Now, there's really no excuse not to have a website because it really is so easy and quick to make. You could have it done in a few minutes, especially using something like Hostinger, which has AI tools to help you build your website. You don't even need to know how to code or design. You just type a sentence and then you get a fully generated website. Click the link in the description to sign up for Hostinger. Their plans start at just $3.29 a month, and you get up to 50 websites. You could sell up to 1,000 products, and you have 0 transaction fees, so you can keep more of your money. Now, just choose the plan length that you like the best. You even get a free domain with some of the plans. Hostinger just released their AI-powered email platform, so you could also add email marketing, which I really do recommend for more sales. I want you to get a discount, so enter code ENERGY for 10% off. Just press apply, and then let's continue to the AI web builder. Now, this is easy. You just need to enter your brand name and a description of what your product is, and it'll take a few minutes, and the AI will create an entire website for you. As you can see, this website is branded to exactly what our niche is, so when we're creating the rest, there's very little that we have to do. Basically, we need to upload our product, so click on add a product. There's all kinds of things you could sell, but we're selling a digital product, so we're gonna put our digital product there. With Hostinger, your customer will get a download link for 48 hours or 30 days, whichever you choose, so it's passive after you upload your product. From here, you can see our product is uploaded and it's looking good. But I want to show you the email marketing. So when you do start sending emails to your customer, all you need to do is type in a sentence. So I'm going to say, create an email about my ebook and promote it. Then the AI will work from that sentence that you typed to create a branded email for you, so that you no longer have to worry about designing and making things look good. The AI will do that for you. Click the link below to sign up, and thank you so much to Hostinger for sponsoring this part of the video. Step 3. This is where we're going to create our product with AI. The reason that you always hear me talking about ebooks is because I feel like it's the easiest digital product to make, and that way you can just launch something immediately and test your idea and see if people actually want it. Now that we know the roadmap for how to sell, let's actually create the product that we're going to sell. All you need is a free ChatGPT account. Now, if you have a paid version, it's better because you can generate more responses without hitting any limits. And make sure that you click the link in my description that will take you to the custom GPT that I personally programmed to create these ebooks for you. When we're inside the custom GPT, all we need to do is click on create my ebook. In order to get the best of the best information, you're just gonna need to fill out these 10 questions. So copy them, I want to write my book about, and I'm gonna say something like overcoming sugar cravings. You'll see that I put these guides for you in case you don't know how to answer the question, but I mean, they're pretty straightforward. These are the questions that's gonna get to the root of why you created your ebook, what should be inside there, and what separates your ebook from others so that it's not just AI slop. When you send this to ChatGPT, it's even gonna be using your writing style to determine how to write your book so that it sounds like you and not AI. With this GPT, there is a lot of back and forth in the beginning. I programmed it to get as much information as it can so that it could write the book, because a lot of other AI tools, they do not do that. They just give you generic information, and that's why people are like, AI is not good. People always ask, why would they buy some ebook when, you know, they could just Google the information, or if AI could just put it together? Well, that's the thing. People aren't gonna buy your ebook if they could just Google the information, right? The thing is, people are buying transformation. They're buying ungoogleable information. And so that is what you want to infuse your book with to make it valuable. So are there any methods and frameworks and personal stories and personal anecdotes and stuff like that that you could infuse into your book? I'll give you a perfect example of this. I was creating an ebook, and you'll see it in this video, but it was about stop eating sugar, basically. And one of the steps that ChatGPT generated was, when you want to eat sugar, just sit down and take a breath and the cravings will go away. And it's like, if you're a sugar addict like me, you know that it does not work like that. So that's what the AI is gonna give you. But if you have your personal anecdotes, your personal story, your personal things that motivated you in a way that people can't just Google and get some generic response, that is what's gonna make yours valuable. Now, the way I programmed this is to move in phases. So there's phase 1 all the way up to phase 5. It's first gonna clarify everything and clarify your vision, and then it's gonna ask you, would you like to move on to the next phase? We're just gonna say yes. Phase 2 is all about researching and mapping your book, so you can see that ChatGPT gave us a very detailed outline of what is going to be our unique angle, what's going to be our core message, what's the knowledge that we're dropping, neuroscience, physiology, root causes of all of this, how it's going to integrate your personal story into the plan, and also how it's going to structure everything. Now, this is the type of AI that you're not going to get anywhere else, because I programmed it based on all of my years of selling digital products and what I know, right? And so it's gonna say, would you like me to move to phase 3? If you don't like anything that it is saying, then just tell it, no, fix this. But if you like it, then just say yes. It'll give you some ideas for the title, the subtitle, the book structure. It's giving us a table of contents, and it's also telling us what each separate chapter is gonna be about. Now, if you do not like any of these chapters, or if you wanna add something to the chapters, just go ahead and say it. But if you like everything, then again, just say yes. That's how easy I made this. It literally is just saying yes or no, or change this if you want it, but you don't have to know any special prompts because the information is already there. After that, ChatGPT has started to write. All we need to do from here is go into Notion, that's what I recommend, and then just copy and paste everything into Notion. We can copy the title, paste it into Notion. For the dedication, we're gonna copy that. Again, we're gonna paste it into Notion, and don't worry, it won't stay in Notion, but that's just where it is for now. Guys, if you know how to copy and paste, then you know how to write your ebook. After it created the introduction, it's gonna say, would you like me to move on to chapter 1? And again, I'm gonna say yes. The reason that I have it generate chapter by chapter is so that you can get a longer book. If you tell ChatGPT to just write everything, it won't write it good and it won't write it thorough. You'll get like a 2 or 3 pages or something, but not the whole thing. This is also because you can check what it's saying right then and there before it creates the entire thing, so that if you don't like something, it's very easy to just change it. There is one issue that I noticed. ChatGPT really likes to generate things like line by line rather than in a paragraph. So I tried to create it to where it just creates paragraphs rather than these single lines, but sometimes ChatGPT does forget. So like it did it for a bit and then it stopped. So if you don't like this weird line by line annoying thing, then sometimes you just have to remind it like, hey, please do it as paragraphs, and it will start generating it like that. Once our ebook is done and it's fully copy and pasted, then we're gonna go up to these 3 dots in the right, and then we're gonna press on export. export. When you export it, it's best to export as a PDF and then just click on export. From there, we're gonna go to Canva, and if we type in ebook, they have a bunch of ebook covers, but I don't want to do any of that. I just want to import that PDF that we downloaded from Notion. So here's my ebook. I'm gonna drag it and drop it into Canva. Now our ebook is in Canva, and this is what it's looking like so far. It just looks very basic and boring. Now, the thing about Canva is sometimes it doesn't import everything correctly. So you can see that there's some symbols here that they are not right, and we're gonna have to fix that. And so we can click on it. Here, there's something called magic write, and then we can say transform text, and we can prompt anything. I'm just gonna say, clean this up into a proper numbered list. It took just a second, but the Canva AI completely formatted it correctly. So I'm gonna press replace, and you can see that it is perfect now. And if I wanna change any of the text, then I can click on it and I can choose a font that I actually like. You know, maybe I want something that's like a cursive or anything I want to do, I can change it to look like that. Now your book's title is gonna be at the bottom of every page. So if you wanted to delete that, you could, or if you want to leave it there, you could. It also comes with numbers at the bottom of the page, so if you want to delete that, you can, especially if you're going to be adding more pages in between, it's better to delete that. And then maybe I want to add photos of some sugar and some desserts and stuff. So I can click on the image and then I can drag it here. I like to just have an image at the beginning of each page because I think that it looks better that way. For your cover, you could ask ChatGPT to create a cover for you. So this is the cover image that ChatGPT gave us, and you could honestly use it like this. So this is the final ebook that I made. I added a bunch of pictures to it, like these pictures that you see here for the chapters. I also added some cool graphics that I had created in the AI as well, just so it's not just a bunch of text and it's boring. To make it more personal, I added these handwritten note sections, and I even added some data and some graphs in there as well from studies about sugar. All of this makes it a more complete ebook than just something that, you know, you generate from ChatGPT alone. Again, you could do as much or as little design as you want, but the more that you do, the more valuable it kind of feels and the better experience it is for your customer to read it. I even added these recipes at the end, and these are some of the recipes that I actually make because I am trying to decrease my sugar intake too. And so again, this is what makes it more personal and more fun. If you guys actually want to download this ebook and you want to see, you know, what AI can create, I'll leave the link for that below. When you have your final ebook, just make sure of a few things. One, like I said earlier, make sure your ebook is personalized with information that you can't just Google. Now, if you did the first step where you're answering those 10 questions correctly, it will be that, but even just go back and check and read it and be like, okay, is there any stories or methods or frameworks or unique things that I did that can make this ebook more personalized and more non-Googleable? The second thing that you can do is sometimes ChatGPT, it's good, but it sounds still a bit off. So if you are reading through your book and you're like, this doesn't sound as good as it could, don't be afraid to write it yourself or use something like Claude. Now, Claude is an AI. It's one of the best AI writers. So if you want to just copy and paste a paragraph that sounds weird, you might get a better result. For example, I'll put on the screen the difference between what ChatGPT wrote and the difference between what Claude wrote. You can see that the tone is very different, so I sometimes like to go in and do this too. Lastly, you could even turn your book into a complete audiobook, and that's something that you can offer to your customer as well. To do this, I would use something like 11 Labs. Now, in 11 Labs, their pricing is super affordable. All you need to do is put your book into 11 Labs. You can choose the voice that you want to use, or you can even use a voice clone so that the audiobook is read in your voice. You can download the audio from there, and it was super easy, quick, and cheap.
Every morning, I promised myself that today would be different. I'd start clean, make better choices, stay strong.
If you guys want a full video on how to create an audiobook with AI, just comment down below audiobook and I'll make sure to add that to my content schedule. If you have any comments, if you have any videos that you want me to make from this, then just let me know down below. If you need more help creating your digital product, then I will put my digital product playlist on the screen. Other than that, guys, I'll see you guys in my next video.